Hey guys, welcome to the new workbench. It's still a bit of a work in progress, but I wanted to give you some content while I work on rearranging things down here in the basement. And I realized when I was doing those estate buried hidden treasures, I missed a cabinet. So let's go through this. This came from that same estate as all the other stuff I've been showing you. It is very heavy. It's a old metal cabinet with plastic drawers in it. So let's go through and see what's in here. Wow, those drawers are deeper than I realized. Cable clamps, wow. When I was doing a predict a couple years ago, I had trouble finding these. I didn't know what they were called. Now I know what they're called, but now I also have a very nice supply. Now some of these probably won't hold up too well because this plastic can get pretty brittle. So we'll see. Hopefully these are all usable, and I'm doing a bunch of predictors, and I don't doubt that I will need some of these. And boy, now I see more labeled cable clamps. So these are a different variety. Now I can see where some of this weight's coming from. So these are all the plastic variety, all different diameters. Oh, so what are these for? If you have if you're dressing leads in the chassis, cabinet, project, whatever, run a bunch of wires through here. You can pry it open and run your wires through it, and then find a mounting hole and fasten it down, and it'll hold your wires in place. Some of these are a bit. Well, okay, no, so there's some metal ones with inner rubber. It's gotten pretty hard, so I don't know how usable these would be. But I'm also seeing some of these. Obviously you have two holes where you can hold things down by, but you could also support something if it's kind of hanging, supported vertically. I just had to go out and buy some larger versions of that for down here in the basement to hold up some pipes. A whole bunch of these guys. These might be inside wiring, like for phone wires, and pretty obsolete. So you might run your phone wire through there and then put that into your baseboard or something like that to hold it down. I don't know that I'll have really any use for these guys. And more cable clamps. Alright, back to, well, now there's a mix. We have some plastic ones, but larger size here. Probably an inch in diameter. Some more of these guys with the rubber. This rubber's a little bit more pliable. Why would you want to use metal versus plastic? I imagine these would hold up better if you've got some stuff you really need to squeeze down. Then there's a type where you have two pieces of metal and you can squeeze that down. You can also use these outside if you're running, you have like a transmitting antenna for your ham radio setup or receiving antenna and whatnot. Use the insulating to hold up your antenna cabling, I suppose. I haven't used this type before. It looks to me like you'd run your cables through there and then push this down, and it probably doesn't go back too well to go the other way. Or maybe you could squeeze these sides together. And then there's one mounting hole. This plastic's gotten a little brittle. I think you get the idea. And one more label of cable clamps. Yep, more the metal variety. And more of these. And here we have a bunch of little screws too for mounting these really tiny jobbers. I wonder if that might be used for twin lead. Spacing looks about twin lead size. Alrighty. There's one labeled nameplates. Looks like these are salvaged whatever he took apart over the years. That might be worth saving. Department of Defense teleprinter keyboard set. Extension speakers. Grimes Phillips. I'm not familiar with that name. If any of you have a use for these, please let me know, because I don't. Pomona, I've heard of them. They made test equipment. Like these came out of kind of more generic test equipment, but what a cool font. I'd like to know what era these are from. Very Art Deco-y looking font. A whole lot of on-off plates. Continuing on, toroids, Western Electric, 88 millihenries. Oh, now I know where the weight came from. Jeez. Yeah, I definitely don't have any use for these. I'm guessing these are all 88 millihenries or thereabouts. Jeez. There's a good 8 pounds or so of toroid and copper. And obviously some of them have been experimented with. Okay, this is labeled toroids and there goes the rest of the weight. And toroids and inductors. So, who knows what these came out of? Well, these we might have some clue, because at least they say Triad Transformer Corp. I'm guessing these are like telephone or teletype equipment kind of things. I just have no use for any of this stuff. Airpax Type N, 5952, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Coilcraft. Itty bitty transformer. United Transformer Corporation, New York. Again, if anybody has a use for these, let me know. Sangmo. We did a lot of work with telephone and teletype stuff, so that's why I just assumed that's where some of this stuff came from. Looks like some more similar stuff. Inductors, maybe some more useful stuff. Test leads. Very sharp points. So I could run some new wire into these and make myself some leads for, I don't know, meter or VTVM and whatnot. Labeled rectifiers. Yes, yes indeed. We have some seleniums. I think we can probably just toss these. Might be solid state Motorola. No idea what the ratings might be on that, but it's pretty old, so. I've never seen diodes that fat before. 6A2 it says on them. I'm guessing these are probably solid state drop-in replacements for, who knows, 5Y3s, 5U4s, something like that. Motorola's 1968, 69. MDA 1591-6 and MDA 1591-6 and MDA 1591-1. Next I can look those up. more solid state drop-ins, 1M2389s. Considering how inexpensive silicon diodes are, I'm more inclined to buy new ones than risk damaging something with these old ones, but interesting to look at nonetheless. It says twin banana, but I'm seeing different stuff in here. No clue. I mean, it says polarized relay, but I think this box was repurposed and home brewed into something. It's a nice way to start dual banana jacks. So why would you stack these? Well, notice there's holes in the side. You can stick test leads into those. And then you'd stack them if you need to connect multiple pieces of equipment together. It's kind of amusing, man. Okay, what do we got? We got a banana jack to a BNC to a PL59, coupler to another banana jack to some things you can just stick wire into and tighten down. That covers just about everything you might encounter, I think. Very nice. PL. Well, no, it's not a PL259. It's a higher frequency flavor of it. And banana jacks. Looks a little homebrewed. Adapters are nice things to have. And BNC to some clip leads. Dual banana action. I expect I will find a use for some of those at some point. Telephone stuff. 8mm film reels? No. Come on, use your brain. These are ink. A bunch of these are sealed, probably for teletype. If anybody needs some inked ribbon for teletype or whatever these might go with, let me know. I don't have any such equipment. It's amazing how much stuff can be crammed into one little parts thing. Battery holders. Probably holds a D cell. A couple double A's in that. A C or a D. I really have no use for this kind of stuff. I don't do much battery operated stuff, but I'm sure if I was to get rid of it, I would need one the next day. Binding posts. Ooh, this is some old stuff. Very heavy too. I say old because the printing on here looks kind of old. I wouldn't have thought these things had that much weight to them, but yeah, you get a whole bunch of them together. And what do I mean by these things? So binding posts. These are the things that go on the other ends of them. Solid brass, maybe? Yeah, they had some weight to them. So a whole bunch of binding posts. It's a binding post. Imagine you have a panel with a hole through it, well, like these, and you have this going to some internal device, and then you can unscrew this and stick a wire in and tighten it down. Fancy one. All brass. You put your wire down through the middle, and these two end pieces tighten down and clamp on it. Oh, relays. I don't have much call for relays, but I've got a bunch of relays. Especially when they're poles. I mean, you gotta. Oh wow, a little card. These might be very well be from teletypes. Oh, a relay is you gotta look up, figure out the specs on them, or hopefully they're labeled. And there's such a massive variety of them. Even if I ever needed one, the odds of me, it'd probably take me longer to look through all this to try to find one that I might need than it would be to just order one if I can't order it. So I'm not sure what I'll do with those. I rarely need it. So little, I shouldn't say that. Some of the nicest stuff I have has relays in it. But hopefully I won't need it to replace them. And those probably aren't the right type anyways. Let me explain a little bit. Some higher end stuff, there'd be a delay relay, so it would let the heaters on the tubes warm up before applying B+. It'd be a delay relay. Some of the higher end Dumans used that. Some old school computer connectors like RS-232, printer port connectors. Home stretch. I don't know, into some microphone stuff. Line matching transformer, Shure Brothers, Evanston, Illinois, and they are still in Evanston, Illinois, I do believe. That's a crazy looking adapter. It's offset. So here we got a 2-prong coming in, and then one of these guys on the other end. The microphones here usually have 3, so I don't know what would have 2, but it's got to be something microphone related. Oh, line transformer. LTEC. 150 ohms, 600 ohms, 1500 ohms. Don't know, it's cut out of something. That is either, but it's got 2 pins, kind of like that does. A bunch of they're nice looking relays. They're kind of like a aqua translucent plastic case. Midland Ross Mid-Tech Division sample 240 volts AC. That's what I mean by, like, the odds of me needing these for anything are slim to none. We don't have 240 volts AC in our walls around here. One more thing. Oof. Shure Brothers again. Looks pretty old. Model A86A. I'll have to look that up. If I had a guess, it's a line matching transformer. Huge, at least a couple pounds. On one end we have a, looks like it's been repurposed a bit. One end we have a phono jack, and the other end is just kind of cut off. Oh, we're not done yet. Almost done. Now we're done. Some kind of jig made out of who knows what. Alright. That is going to be it for this Estate Treasures video. If you found this interesting, most of this I do not have a use for. If you know what it is, if you've got a use for it, so let me know. We can work something out. Thanks for watching.